Hello, Dr. Tiller. Do you know where you are? You don't have to answer right away, but please try to. Do you know where here is? I thought not. Given your accident earlier this week, it's unlikely that you would remember anything of the past 3 days, let alone where you are. You can't see my face. Due to the accident that occurred earlier this week, we believe you have a neurological disorder, hopefully temporary, called prosopagnosia. It's where the centers of the brain that are responsible for facial recognition and human identification become damaged and no longer function properly. Yes, you had an accident. That's why you're here. I can tell you as much as I know. Oh, I guess I should tell you where here is first. You are at the Baltimore State Hospital for the criminally insane. My name is H. Unfortunately, I'm one of the newest doctors at this hospital, so I did not know you before your psychotic break. However, I did hear of you. That's correct. I am a doctor, although I dislike titles, so please just refer to me as H. Thank you. Now, this accident. This is based off of police reports and what I know directly, but according to police reports and statements from your neighbors, you suffered some sort of psychotic breakdown earlier this week. It caused an altercation in your home with who we do not know. What we do know is that after this altercation, you attempted to drive away from your house. You made it a couple of miles. However, unfortunately, you ended up driving off of the road and colliding with a tree. Emergency medical services arrived at the scene soon and tried to render aid to you. However, you resisted in a violent manner. They had to sedate you. They moved you to a local hospital for treatment, and then they transferred you from the local hospital to here for continued treatment of your neurological problems and psychological issues. That is all we know. Yes, you are being held here until we can determine that you are psychologically fit to return to the public. That means that you're no longer a harm to yourself or others. Yes, it is up to myself and Dr. Chilton to determine the time of your release. We will not do so until we can be sure that you're fit for release. Rest assured, this is only for your concern. We have nothing but the best interest of yourself at heart. Do you have any more questions? Okay, let me know if you have any more. it is my understanding that you employed, in a clinical capacity, light and sound treatments at your psychological practice. Is that correct? So the rumors are true. I myself use the same methods. My goal tonight is simple. I want to identify if there was an emotional trigger associated with your psychotic breakdown, and I want to test out an experimental treatment to try and cure your prosagnasia. I assume you're familiar with recent research that's been released that indicates that light and sound treatment and therapy, in combination with electrical stimuli, can jumpstart certain areas of the brain. My goal is to jumpstart the area of your brain that is responsible for facial recognition. Now, because of the recency of the incident, I think we'll be able to repair the damage. Now, if you don't have any further questions, I would like to get started on an emotional evaluation. I want you to look at the light. See? Do you remember anything from earlier this week or this past weekend? Nothing at all. Okay. Are you sure? Oh. There is something? I want you to look at the light. Look at the light. You remember feeling guilty over the weekend. You drank heavily Friday and Saturday night. Do you remember why, Tiller? I myself seem to recall an incident involving your practice that occurred last week. Yes, Dana, a patient of yours, was kidnapped by a cab driver after leaving her appointment from your office. Is that why you felt guilty? You can't blame yourself, Tiller. There's no way you could have known. And furthermore, had you known, there's no way you could have stopped him. You're not intimidating at all. Look at you. You're weak. Look at the light. Look at the light. I know that's harsh to say, but I'm doing this for a reason. Now I want you to look at the light. Now I want you to look at the light and not my finger. Good. Tiller, I want you to understand there's nothing you could have done to save Dana. You're weak. You're losing your grip. and you're falling out of control with yourself. Look at the light. What did I say? Look at the light. You obeyed like a dog when Hannibal dropped that treat on your doorstep. Look at the light. Listen to me, Tiller. Keep looking at the light. Look at the light. Ignore my finger. Look at my finger. Ignore the light. Look at my finger. Ignore the light. You were helpless. You couldn't resist. Yes, I know. I know that Dana didn't get kidnapped by some scuzzy Lyft driver. I know that her remains, or what's left of them, are buried underneath the flowers in your backyard. How do I know this? That would be telling. I'll let you stew on it for a bit. You don't have anything else to do anyways. Tiller, what's important here is that you realize why you're here and why I'm here. There's a very important relationship at play here. Something I don't think you fully understand, but you will. You're here because your body needs to do something, and it can't. And I can do that for the both of us. Now, I want to move on to treating your prosopagnosia. This involves focused light and sound, along with some hallucinogenics to stimulate the portion of your brain responsible for facial recognition. Now, you yourself employ light treatments. However, if you have a problem with epilepsy, now would be a good time to look away. In any event, try not to get too lost in the flashes. And if you do see something, please don't hesitate to let me know. Yes, the tuning forks are back. We have to get you nice and relaxed for this. Okay. And now the main course. Let me know if you feel anything funny. Face yourself. You did this. You did this, Tiller.
Hello, Dr. Tiller. How did she taste?
I think you'll have to stay here a long, long time, Tiller. You don't have the stomach for what your body needs right now. And I do.